Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're brand new and you're just finding me, hi, welcome. My name is Olivia, and I would love it if you wanted to stick around a while, hit the red subscribe button down below and join my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, hi, welcome. It's always so nice to see you. Thanks so much for joining me on today's hopefully good video. Hopefully during the editing it will turn out okay. You guys can hear me and it looks okay. This is totally a new area for me. We're in my bathroom and I'm filming a hair tutorial. So a lot of you have really asked and I am listening. So I know you've asked for me to do this tutorial with a half up, half down and the curls, because I do hear it on my Instagram, and then on some of the videos you will leave the comments asking for a hair tutorial. I do know that you do also want to see a makeup tutorial, so that is something else that I want to get going for you guys, but I figured I'll start off with the hair, see how that goes, see how you like it, and we will go from there. So this is the hair that you're going to be seeing in this video, so stay tuned. You're going to see me with some wet hair coming up, and we are going to be using the Revlon hairbrush blow dryer today, and I'm loving it. I've been using it now for about 2 weeks, so I'm feeling comfortable with it. I know how to style it with my hair, and I think you guys are going to really love it. A couple of tips that I don't know if I say throughout kind of the blow drying process, so I want to give you a heads up. Number one, it gives you a very kind of like natural blowout. There's not too much of a curl. So if you are looking for more of a tighter curl when it comes to blow dry, I would say, I know there's some smaller brushes as well that do kind of accomplish that. But this one is a little bit more of like a kind of sleek blowout, but I love it. It smooths incredibly well. Number two, it gets very hot, so just be careful. I just want to let you know ahead of time. I'm pretty easy and not too frightened when it comes to touching things that can be a little bit hot, but I use my hands a lot when I'm guiding my hair through the brush. So you might want to use like those, when you're when you use a wand and you put on a glove, that might be something that you want to use when you're using this, because it definitely gets hot, and it does blow dry really well. The other thing is when I'm using it, I kind of change directions so that I give my hair a different flippy kind of look. It's a little bit more of like a 90s hairstyle, and that's right up my alley. I'm very into that. So that is something that I like to do, and I think I explained it in the video, but I definitely flip up the ways that I curl it. I do it under, I do it over. And then the other thing is when I kind of wrap it around and get closer to the root, that helps me with drying the root, because that is something that I know can be tricky. It's a brush and you're kind of drying the ends, but how do you get at the root if your hair is wet? That's how I do that. I really do let it kind of sit as close as I can without it getting too hot, but again, be super careful. And that really does help dry the root for me. And then we're gonna go in and I'm going to show you guys how I curl my hair afterwards and get this look. And then I also do the kind of half up, half down ponytail, so that is how I'm gonna finish off the look. So it's kind of just showing you the blow drying, then it's showing you how I curl my hair, and then I'm showing you exactly how I achieve the little half up, half down. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Stay tuned. I'm hoping that it turns out okay. And yeah, let me know down in the comments below if this is the type of content that you also want me to include on my channel, because I'm happy to do so, and switch it up from clothing hauls as well. So yeah, stay tuned for a little bit of a hair tutorial moment coming up soon. It's getting very hot in here, so I'm glad that I've kind of finished up, and I'm excited for you guys to see it. Okay, so thank you so much again for watching, and next you will see me with some wet hair and ready to blow dry this hair. Thanks for watching, guys. Okay, so now different hairstyle. This is my typical hair. If I were to let it air dry and just kind of do what it naturally wanted to do, it is more of like a crimpy wave. So I think you can see that it is and has been kind of air drying for the past half an hour. So it's getting a little bit too dry. I just want to show you guys what I have been using just to kind of keep it, protected and give it a little bit more of the smoothness that I look for. I do use this Prep and Prime, Prep Rally, Prime and Prep Detangler from Drybar. I really like this. I think that it's good for brushing through any of the tangles, but also it protects it with the heat. So I definitely like that, and I think it says it goes up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit for making sure that your hair stays nice and protected. The next thing that I use, this is, the label has kind of worn off a little bit, but it's the Rusk Deep Shine Platinum X Lusterizer, a brightening boost for platinum, silver, gray, white, and blonde hair. So I like this just as an additional, just kind of giving my hair something a little bit more in terms of a brightening boost. And I find it helps me with the smoothing. So I take a really tiny amount and I really distribute that evenly throughout my hands. And then I'm just kind of going through the ends with that. I take it up through the middle a little bit as well, but that's kind of the goal, is to help it, you know, smooth out my hair. Right, it's getting a little too dry, but hopefully I can get going with this. So then I will separate my hair just into two. I don't have the thickest hair. I have kind of like finer hair, but I do have a lot of it. And then I take one of these little clips and I just give it a little clip like that. And then we're gonna be ready to blow dry my hair. I also need a little bit of a coffee moment. So good. I've been using this now for about 2 weeks, so I've definitely gotten a little bit more comfortable with it. Okay, so now we are gonna move it over to the high setting and we're gonna get going. Okay, so you can see that it's got a little bit of a twist there, a little bit of a curl that I wanted to set in. Now, if I was super smart, I would use the cool setting when I have it wrapped up, but sometimes I don't know, I just get torn on which one the cool setting is, and anyways, I just sometimes will leave it like that. So I'm just letting it set like that, but you saw how quickly that is. It just does it so fast, and I will switch. So you saw me kind of either doing it this way or turning it this way. So each way will give you a little bit of a different look, depending on which way you want your hair to flip. I personally like to mix and match and give it more of like that 90s blow dry look. Super big fan of that. So let's just continue, and then I will I'll show you this side of the hair. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that there, but already you can see, I'm gonna get to the bangs later, but you can see how much smoother that is. And then we've got this side, which still needs to be done, but it really does work. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna work now on the other side, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so bottom layer is completed, and I think that it's really, really nice so far. It's just got a lot of kind of, you can see how I have the different ways that it is curling under. I love that. I want it to have a little bit of kind of movement, and that is how I achieve that look. But already you can tell, like, that didn't take me long at all. Another thing I wanted to point out is when I'm pulling up, that's helping me create a bit of more body and volume at the root, and it's also drying the root. We're gonna move on to the remaining part of the hair. Now, I will take kind of bigger chunks because it is and has been drying for quite a while. Like you can see already, like getting a little bit curly. Let's get going. Now I just want to make mention that anything around the face, I'm going to use the low setting just because, as I mentioned, it is incredibly hot, so I don't want to burn around my face. The low setting. All right, so now that it is nice and dry, I can show you kind of the body that you're gonna see. My hair is really nice and full, and I haven't done anything but blow dry it. It is completely dry and just really in perfect kind of condition. I am really happy with this. I love the volume that it's given me up top, but still some bounce and body at the bottom. Now I will say, because it is kind of a thicker barrel, that's why you're not going to see as much of a curl. That's why when I do have a bit of a curl to my hair, I will often go in with my own curling iron and give it and curl it myself. So that's what we're going to do next. I want to add something for it to grip onto when it is getting curled. So I will use this little Dry Bar Detox Dry Shampoo. I think this is really, really nice. Just like, honestly, just a spritz. And I know it's more typical to use it at the roots, but I don't want to do that because I'm loving the kind of the feeling at the roots. But already you can see it's adding a little bit more texture, and then it just kind of adds grip. So, and already I can feel it's a little bit heavier. It's just been given something so that it has, you know, a little bit of a chance when I'm curling it. So the curling iron that I use is a little bit old, so don't judge me. It is this one. It's a Revive brand. I usually have it at the temperature like kind of closer to 400, and it's just a really cute like pink metallic one. It's about, I don't know, is this in like 1.25 inches in terms of the size? Separate my hair. Okay, so I'm going to take a section, and I know like it looks kind of like a big section, but that's around the section I'll take. If I was doing this overnight and I had chance to let them fall and sit and do their own thing, I would take a little bit of a smaller section. So I'm going to take this. Now it does have the clamp, so I kind of, I switch in between. Do I use a wand? Do I use the straightener for curling? Lately I've been using this guy, and this is what you've been asking for when you see my hair in kind of a half up, half down. This is the curl that I'll use. So I curl away, so I'm going to clamp in about half, and then I pull towards me, and I just leave it like that just for a second, and then I pull through again, and then I, twist it back up, and we'll just leave it and release. So you're gonna see this type of a curl, very, very relaxed, not too much, and I will just kind of let it be, let it set, and then I will move on to the next little section. So again, we're gonna clamp, and we're twisting away from my face, but pulling under. So it's twisting under, so you're always kind of facing out. So I let that set. I like it to get a little bit of a nice curl up at the top, and then you're just following through. So you're bringing that curl, mid shaft, you're kind of letting it heat up there, and then you're pulling through. And it does take a little bit of getting used to, I will kind of let you know, but really pretty curl. So again, it just gives a really nice loose ringlet, but we won't have that at the end. It'll just be like a very, very loose, almost like a hot roller curl, if that makes sense. So then we're going to do the same here. And I don't kind of leave it too much out there. I'm gonna clamp from underneath, so you can see I've got it like this, clamping and pulling it all the way up the hair, and then we're clamping it about halfway, and that's where I pull and turn. And I know a lot of you are, and I was nervous that if I clamp it, it's gonna leave a mark, but it won't, because you're continuously letting it kind of glide through the barrel as you pull it through. So it won't leave a mark, don't be afraid of that. And I'm just lifting my thumb and just kind of like letting it, as I'm pulling down, I'm just kind of letting it out about like that. That really helps it slide through. I'm not causing my hair to kink. It's just allowing it to, to move through at a nice kind of smooth pace. So doesn't that remind you of like if I were to use hot rollers, which I love that curl as well. It's really, really pretty. And this is something I would say like you can use as an everyday curl, but also it's so nice and glam to go out with. I love it. Let my hair down. And I'm gonna do this section. So guys, it's so quick, it's so easy. And these curls, I know, you know, for me, it was a long time where I was using only the wand because I only wanted that beach curl, you know, that kind of like really tousled look. And then lately I've been really kind of like going back to this kind of a look. I was a big fan of a hot roller curl, and I just found that they didn't hold as long as a curling iron. So this was the next best thing. I did have a question, guys. I'm wondering if you are interested in me doing some more like the lifestyle stuff when it comes to sort of like daily vlogging or things like that. I don't, you know, I don't lead the most exciting life, so I don't think it would be anything like really super interesting or unique, but I mean, I don't know if that would be of interest. So leave a comment down below if you've made it this far into the video, but B, if you are interested in me doing a little bit more and share my everyday with you guys, because you know, I could definitely do that. Okay, just going again, and once I get to the top, I am just cautious about not going too close to the root, because I like the curls to kind of start around here and flow back. And also, if I'm putting my hair up in that half up, half down pony, I don't want it to really be too curly at the root. Okay. Also, guys, would really appreciate it if you wanted to leave down below any brands or anything that you're really curious about me trying. Making a bit of a running list, and I am going to try and get across the border and do some more US hauls. So I've got, Express is on my list, Target is on my list. I don't know if Charlotte Russe is a thing anymore or if it's Rue 21, but one of those is on my list. So I'm hoping to get to those in the next few weeks. Express, like, I'm dying to do Express. Fingers crossed the weather is good in January and I can get across and hopefully get some good like January deals, because that's always the best. I've been trying to keep up with getting extra videos up and just keeping momentum too, because I like putting out good content for you guys, but I like to you know, just make sure that I'm always uploading and giving you guys some new content to watch, because you guys are so sweet and you leave the nicest comments, and it's just, it always makes my day. I actually get excited when I get to upload a video, because it's like my chance to kind of chat with you guys. So I love doing that. And if any of you guys are hairdressers watching and I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong, just be kind, because I'm not a professional. Okay, so this is the next step that I like to do. You're gonna laugh because everything's mini, but already, I mean, so pretty. The curls are really nice. I use this John Frieda Frizz Ease Moisture Barrier Hairspray. So it's this guy. I picked it up. I actually keep this and have used it in I have like a modeling kit that I have to have. So I like to have the mini sizes because it doesn't take up too much space. Gonna shake it. Okay, so now, I know that this is like, it seems like it's defeating the purpose of getting these curls, but I do like to brush it out. That's just my preference. I definitely know some people like to kind of keep them as they are, just like this, but I do like to brush it out. Just gives it a bit of a smoother kind of feel for me. And then I just kind of brush it back. And now, you could leave it like this. This is great, so I just want to show you at the back. I don't know if you guys can see it. Really, really pretty. And still lots of volume. So we're getting that volume. It would not look like this if I just blow dried it and air dried it. Naturally, it doesn't have this type of lift at the root. So next up, we are going to do the kind of signature. It's been my little thing lately, little half up, half down. So what I like to use for this is these They're just like those kind of very see-through little elastics. This bag has seen and known better days. So I just take one of these little teeny tiny hair ties, and I just grab, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna trace up my hair. I don't go straight across, I kind of take it up. So kind of like we're gliding up. I make sure my bangs are out, because if I try to pull those out when it's up, it's gonna ruin it. I'm just gonna take it like this. So I feel pretty happy with that. And we give it a few more brushes so that it starts to get a little bit higher, because I don't want to tug at it too much once it's in place. But I will have to just a little bit, and it will give it a little bit of a kink. Oh, that's okay. So we're just doing that once, twice, 3 times a lady. Kind of tug and pull from the bottom, and then I'm ever so slightly bringing that up. And then, I know I said I wasn't going to, but I just brush out the bangs a little bit. Let's bring it a little bit higher. And so fun, right? Makes me feel a bit more confident, oddly enough. And it's very, like, this is a very, like something I probably would have worn as a little girl, like wearing my hair like this. And I've also been really wanting to get one of those like bows to put in place. Super cute. I just want to show you from the side. Move a little bit closer. And then from the back. Okay, so that is the hair, and you can see there is like a little bit of lift, and like it looks kind of messy, but that's the point. I don't want it to be kind of like pulled and scraped, which I do love, like that typical kind of like J-Lo look where it's like really, really smooth. I do love that as well, but this is perfect for me. That is it. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and let me know once again, like down in the comments, is there other hairstyles that you want me to try? I know that you want to see a makeup tutorial, so that is going to be one that I'm going to work on coming up soon. But again, like, I'm so not a professional and I don't know how it's going to turn out. Hopefully this turned out okay. Like, hopefully it actually looks like you guys can see what I did and I kind of talked you through it properly. So fingers crossed. Give this video a thumbs up if you like these types of tutorials. I love doing it, and it is fun, and I feel like I could be more chatty and stuff like that with you guys, so I will get more comfortable and better with that. And then remember to hit the red subscribe button down below. It really does help out my channel if you are subscribed. Hit the notification bell, and do remember to visit me over on Instagram at OliviaFredaCurves. So thank you so much, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.